Hello, this is Jim. Welcome to Sawlogs Plastic Hubs. I got a little bitty simple machining project today, making some plugs, round plugs for the race car. The square plugs I didn't show on camera because basically I cut them out a piece of tubing. It was something real simple, and I didn't show the welding when we tacked them onto the car. But you're gonna have a pretty good little machining clip here I shot. Where I plugged and I have a little issues with my cutoffs. I'm still working through that. With that all being said, I thought I'd put you some content out there. So to my subscribers that's been sticking with me, I appreciate it. Hang in there, we'll try to get you some more stuff. So just sit back, pop the popcorn, and enjoy the show. Alright, what I'm going to be doing today, you see this, I don't know how well you can see this. Right, there you go. See, the end of this roll cage don't have any plugs in it. So I'm going to go in here and machine me a couple we can put in it. Okay, you've seen in the earliest clip here that my roll cage don't have, excuse me a second, don't have any plugs in it. And you can buy little caps. I just ain't got any. So I'm just going to take a piece of stock here I got in the scrap bin and screw it up. And I'm going to turn it down and make me a couple of plugs just to tack on that roll cage in to hold the stove and have them holes. So it's 1.5 inch tubing's outside diameter. So what we're going to do, none of this is precise. And this is just a piece of 1 3/4 stock. I don't think I got any 1.5 inch stock laying around. And it could be a little smaller, but you're only looking at about 90,000 sticks. So turn me off enough to make 2. Touch it. And make a whack, see what we got. All this is going to be is a little cap plug, and it has to be 1.5 inches. So right now, you know, I'm basically at about 670. So I mean, I got 170 thousandths. So, and I've got this thing cranked up. Usually it'll turn better at 325. So we put it or 360. Excuse me. See if that's it? Yep. Then I can take about 100 thousandths out of the way, 50 per side. I think I can get away with it. There we go. Like I said, this is just plain old cold road stock. Ain't nothing fancy. I got a stock set, obviously. There was my 100th out. So let's see what we got. Alright, I'm at 570. So again, I don't have to be close. If I'm doing about 10 thousandths on this, I'm cool. So all this is going to be a cap plug, so it don't have to be dead nuts. So this will help. Let me just go back and do this again because I don't want that line on it. I don't know why I've done that. Check that out. I'll check the size here in a second. I just shouldn't have rounded it back. I should have stopped. Alright. And then I ain't going to see it. I think I'll be close to 1.5 inches there. Yeah, I'm within 20 thousandths. That's good enough. So the inside's got to be about 300, 280, 290 or something. So we want to go in here about that deep, just enough to where I can put it in there. And we'll just start turning it down. I'm going to do this by hand, it's a short distance. All we're doing is making a little is just going to be tapped up in there at the hammer. All this is going to be forged. Alright. So probably about another 100 would be good. 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. Again, I'm not trying to cut this to size. Just going in there. Alright. Can be a little bit under because all it's got to do is just set in that tubing. That's 310. I'm going to check it 2 ways here, make sure it's, Okay, I'm going to take, I don't care if it's about 20 thousandths loose myself. So, as long as it's a little bit loose, because it's just got to fit in there, because we're going to tack it on there with the welder. And that should be better. Yep, okay. Now, all we want to do now is put the cutoff tool in and run it slow, because it'll make us a little lip for it to rest up against. Then I'll file all this here in this to split. Second, about 1/16 of an inch would be. Turn this thing around. So all I need is about 1/16 of an inch right there. Let me slow this thing down to where it needs to go. And I'm not going to bore you with this cutoff. I'm going to cut this thing off. I'll take my time and do it. I'll just get it started and I'll bring you back when I get one of them cut, and we'll take it out there and stick it on. I'm going to take the file and hit it once I get all enough of a groove here. And then we'll go back and so I'm going to cut you off, and I'm going to bring you back when I get this part in. Okay, I'm getting on down there at the cutoff, so I thought I'd show you a little cutoff action. I really just take my time. My cutting off hasn't been as good. I've always, and I've kind of found out that by going slow and steady, sometimes you just back out every little bit, put a full of oil, get everything cleaned up. It works better. I'm pretty much through. The thing is, with these lathes, I'm going to, in a future video, build a new system. I'm going to go with the bigger insert, bigger blade. I'm going to try to build some more rigidity into it. I've got the pieces ordered. I've had the bigger inserts to forge before, not for this lathe. And I let all that go and built a really nice system. I'm going to go back and build one more like it. What I think a lot of times happens is you get in a hurry, they get down there and they'll start grabbing. And what it is, you just don't have any rigidity. These GT3s, you really don't have a lot of rigidity. And so I won't build me in some more rigidity in the cutting off. Like applications like what I'm doing here is basically the best way to do it. What I'm making right now is to cut it off because it's going to be so darn thin you can't really saw it. And yes, I know they make commercially available plugs. Then I got to go hunt them up and get them. and I've got scrap material in lathe, so why do I want, I've got more time. I've got this, this is basically scrap material. Would be scrap material. A lot of it's been salvaged out of scrap yards. None of my stuff is. And I'm getting down there to it. It's just a matter of being patient, and I think that's one of the things I struggle, most home machinists struggle with. Really, we got to realize we're not into this to make a hurried up living. This isn't a slam on someone like Adam. Even though he's primarily a YouTube machinist now on his channel, he still approaches it with that professional, and he's still trying to make some money out of his shop. Obviously, his bigger source of income is YouTube and Patreon and such things as that, and machining. But sometimes it's being slow and steady to win these races. When you get down here to this nub where I'm at, and see, you have to run these tools out so far for this size stock. We're looking at 1.5 inches, and we're not cutting it to a hole, we're cutting it all the way off. So I have to be extra careful down here. I'm getting down to where I got probably 5/16 or so diameter to hold this thing. And it's be real easy just to grab. Make good video, aggravate me though. Be a bozo for you, frustration for me. What I want to show there, if this is successful on camera, that you can do this with this setup. It just takes a degree of patience. See, I can't, whoops, the insert broke. That's the danger right there. I heard a pop, so I probably knocked in. See, it popped the chip of the insert off, because all this gets down to this small diameter. And see what it is. Probably I can put another insert in, speed it up a little bit. What it is the speeds get so close. Let me fix that and come back with you. Fortunately, it's knocked the corner off the insert. And I'm going to go ahead and bump it up. I would like, one of the things is my complaint about this Grizzly lathe is you got to jump from 70 to 200, and then you go 220, 270. So you got a lot of speeds in that 200 RPM range. And then you got a really big jump from 360 to 600. So this is just one of them things. I'm trying to make this. I don't know if I'm gonna make it or not. I may have to saw it and try to face that nib off. Yep. What it is, I broke the insert down in there and it's just not going to go for it. This is how small that nib got. So now this will still work. I can take a grinder and polish. Okay, try to get you up here. That's one of the 2 plugs I machined. And while I was at it today, I cut some square tubing and welded this hole up, and this hole up. If you can see it, I mean I can. It's hard to see. And let me walk around the car here. That hole up. And this hole up. And the other plug that I made right up here. So that's little jobs out of the way. Okay, I hope you enjoyed the little simple project today and the finish of it. This is obviously a copyright production of James Dedman, Sawlogs Plastic Hubs. If you haven't already, please hit the like, share, and subscribe button. Tell all your friends. Get together with them so they can support the channel. My channel's kind of, I've kind of been slack, so I'm going to have to get busy making videos. So this is what I've done to do today to get you some content. And it's not some of the more complicated stuff, but this is the stuff I do probably 80% of the time. I got a project, and then I'm going to work on it. Maybe a winter project. Again, depending on how we're doing the racing stuff and whatever. We're only planning on running a few more races this year because we're in the process of what I'm doing today is the car that I've waited on all year. So what you've seen. So with all that being said, hope you enjoyed today's video. Like, subscribe, and share. Until I make another video, y'all all have a great day.